Hello everyone, this is the Flying Dutchman and you're watching Flying Dutchman Productions. We're back here in Amsterdam and we're gonna be playing some Euro trucks today. It's been quite a while, I've been trying out some new things. Some Dirt 3 and some Farming Simulator 15. Some pretty interesting games, but now that I've become a national company, I decided I'd try something new. So I'm gonna be test driving my employees' cars for now. So we're starting out here in Lucy's Scania, Lucy's golden Scania, and we're gonna pick up a job to München. I've already tried making this video 4 or 5 times already, but the game kept crashing and that kind of shit. So I hope this time we'll finally get the job done. So yeah, I'm really frustrated today. I was really on fire last video. I was talking so, I had all my ideas in order, and then the game crashed again. God fucking damn it. So yeah, hope you guys had a great week. Hope your week was better than mine, because despite the fact that I had I made some great progress this week. So this is Lucy Scania. Let's turn on some lights. Despite that, I've had some problems as well, which kind of outweigh the good things that happened. And I'm really tired and really, well, I finally slept in a little bit today, obviously. Thank God it's weekend, but I'm really exhausted also. And with this game now fucking annoying the shit out of me, I've had a while since I've played, so I'm kind of rusty. So we're gonna go to München. I want to do this job because I want to I want to do it. I haven't been there yet, and seems like a good start. So yeah, whatever. So yeah, I had a very exhausting week. Tuesday I had 2 appointments in a row. I went to the STC group in Rotterdam. Had an interview for my course there. They even told, which it went pretty well. The guy was pretty impressed with my idea becoming a truck driver after studying philosophy. He also told me I don't need to start with logistics. I can just begin with the truck driving course immediately, which is very interesting. But he did ask me if I had my driver's license already for SUV driver's license, and I said no, and he said that was kind of a pity, and I told him that was the reason I wanted to do logistics in the first place, because I still need to get my driver's license in the first place. So he said, yeah, I had a point with that. So I don't know. In the meantime, I also had some emails back and forth with that logistics company, with Pontmeyer, and I was thinking actually of combining it, doing 1 year logistics work while I do the truck driver's course, because that's probably gonna take 2 years or something. So then the second year I'll just follow or do an internship at a transport company. That should be probably that probably should work. I'm not sure if they'd be okay with that, but that would be interesting, definitely. So so whatever. We'll find out, won't we? So yeah, I can go a bit faster. Already know how much time I have, more or less. I have 23 hours, 10 hours to go, and 13 I can make it in 13 hours. So I think I'm gonna I'm not gonna take any risks today, so I'm gonna sleep in time, because this job is really hard. So I want to do it right this time. I've already made a few mistakes. So yeah, let's go to the right side. I think that's where we need to be right now. So yeah, and then after that I had to go to Leiden for my, I had an appointment with my thesis advisor. I made some progress with that as well, I think. I even made some progress writing it, so I'm looking forward to, looking forward. It's an ongoing progress, so there's nothing to, I just have to keep going, that's the problem. And the thing. So I don't think it's impossible. I think I'm on a good track. It's just that I wish everything else wasn't that fucking whatever. Frustrating is the only word I can think of. So in the past few attempts I was already talking about my thesis, and I was thinking of keeping notes while making videos, you know, just record myself talking about it, and listen, you know, because that helps also, you know, talking about it and how do you say, working it through, whatever, dealing with it. What was the word again? God damn it. What cows do. Whatever, fuck it. I hate it when I can't remember words, especially when like this. Well, whatever. So yeah, I had to kind of redefine the direction I was going to with my thesis, because I was thinking about tragedy, but tragedy is too specific. I want to talk about the arts and about how you have this interaction, this combination between interrelation between imitation and inspiration, and how the ratio of, so how the interaction between the two defines the quality of the work. That's what I want to talk about. And I think you also deal with the same thing when you're writing and when you're writing your thesis. So it's interesting because it's very meta, you know. On the one hand I'm writing about it, and on the other hand I'm experiencing the same thing while writing about it, you know. So whatever. And of course talking about it in the videos is also helpful in that sense. I'm really annoyed with this video now. It's already the 5th time I'm trying this, and I just can't shake the feeling that anything can go wrong at this point. I really had a bad experience with games the past week. Jesus Christ. Especially Farming Simulator was really annoying. I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue playing it the way I did. I want to look up some videos on it, because there are other people making chore logs and that kind of stuff as well on YouTube. So I might take a look at how they do it, because it's a weird game. But I don't want to talk about it too much right now. I already got enough of my enough worry to worry about with this game crashing and lagging and doing all the shit. So I hope it's gonna get a bit better today, or this time. So yeah, so yeah, I talked about that with my thesis coach, and he understands what I want to talk about, because the first appointment I had with him, I already told him an example that I had experienced, you know, with drawing classes and that kind of stuff. I was drawing with charcoal, I was getting lessons in that, in drawing, academic drawing, you could say. And there the advice they gave us was two things. Like, you had people who drew very expressively, and just drew abstracted the whole drawing into a kind of suggestion of the thing they were depicting. And there were others who drew very precisely and very academically, or very. They used all the ratios and all that stuff, so they were very precise. So, and the teachers always said, if you're on the one extreme, they told you to go to the other. So if you're very, very precise and very detailed in your work, you should better try to let go a little bit. And if you were too much of the loose and of the loose kind, then you should try to be a bit more precise and try to define your details a bit more and that kind of stuff. And that was a training to balance things out a bit each time. So my thesis is also about this balance, about how how imitation and inspiration interact to create a kind of tension, or a kind of release, or a kind of depending on the context, it can create different effects. It can create different different kinds of balance and all that stuff. So, and the choices you make in that regard are what define the quality of the work. So I'm starting out with Plato and Aristotle. Their opinion is that, and that's the joke, all the philosophers I'm covering, they have the same, they talk about the same the same elements in art, like imitation and inspiration for the most part. But for each of them, each of them has different interpretations of what that means, So Plato and Aristotle are, are suspicious of that. So they don't trust art to. Well, let's keep it at that. Let's say it different. Their criticism of art is of both imitation. Like, imitation is an imitation of reality. A reality, according to Plato, is already an imitation of the forms. So according to both, so imitation is not to be trusted because it is inferior to reality, and reality is already inferior to the world of the forms. And the philosopher, of course, is all about the forms. So imitation is dangerous in that sense, because it doesn't lead back to the origin of, or the truth of the things, the reality of reality, or whatever. Aristotle, and inspiration, on the other hand, is dangerous because, so inspiration literally means that you are possessed by a spirit, or a demon, or a god, or whatever. And that's also the same meaning of enthusiasm in Greek, that you are possessed by a god or by a spirit. And the joke is, Socrates, of course, also talks about this daemon. Ah, shit. Hope I'm not stuck now. Alright, we got through this. Minor mistake, everyone. Hope you don't mind. At least the game didn't crash. Inspiration is dangerous because, the poets, for example, in ancient Greece, were attributed to, or were thought of as having, or as being representative of the gods. So they expounded knowledge that seemed to come from the gods. So Plato's complaint with that, of course, is that knowledge is not is not verifiable. So even if the gods are talking to you, they may be saying the truth, they may not be. And not only that, the poets themselves in certain places kept, in his time at least, there were examples to be found where they admitted to the same thing, that the gods may be telling truth through lies and lies through truth, or and so you may not know what's truth and what is not. So yeah, that's his complaint. The funny thing now is that Aristotle kind of has a more nuanced position about that, so he is willing to give poetry and art a role in society. And of course he does lay some requirements out for them, but he's more, he disagrees with Plato, for example, with the world of ideas, of the Platonic forms. So his opinion is, of course, that the forms can only be seen through the things themselves, and that through their own form, their function, their behavior, and so forth. So, and the same goes for poetry. It's an imitation of reality, but because it can't imitate everything from reality, it has to make a choice in what details it's going to depict and which and what not. Because of that, poetry, art is able to show us an aspect of reality that we may not have thought of before, or that we may not have seen before. So you make a choice of what perspective you use and what details you depict, etc. And in doing so, you create a whole that should be greater than its parts. Oh. So that's also so that's imitation with Aristotle, and he also talks about enthusiasm, of course. But he's less clear on that subject, so I'm not sure how to deal with that yet. But my suspicion is as follows, namely that enthusiasm depends on those ideas that you, on the choices you make in your reproduction of reality, or in your reproduction of what you're depicting. So if that choice is effective, I forgot to blink, but that really was on the last minute, so I'm already glad I survived, because this was really close. This turn already killed me about 3 times. Almost killed me about 3. It killed me 1 time, then I reloaded it, then I managed to avoid it. So now I know it's there, so I know I can avoid it. But damn, Jesus Christ! Even though I know it's there, it's still. Holy shit. So yeah. So Aristotle has the same kind of thing with art being reproduction, or being imitation of reality, but at the same time he recognizes that the fact that you have to make some choices in what you depict, first of all, that's what can affect you, what enthuses you, the choices you make. But that's also what gives it its epistemological character, So with Plato and Aristotle, with Plato and Socrates, with Socrates and Plato more actually, the danger with art is that it's not epistemologically verifiable, because it's just an imitation of nature in its most vulgar sense, and in its best sense, it's a product of enthusiasm, which is also not, you know, verified. It's not. It's unknown what the status is of enthusiasm when it comes to knowledge and when it comes to science. So let's see. Let's take a look at the road, because I'm not at the route. Okay, so we're already at the. Okay, so we're gonna take it easy here. The speed limit is 60, so we need to go a bit slower. So enthusiasm for Plato, of course, is not a question of knowledge. It's not a question of science, obviously. And with Aristotle, it's different, because enthusiasm is a question of science in the sense that it's a question of psychology, you could say. So if you make a drawing, to put it simply, of a dog, for example, you know, you can't depict all the details, but the fact that you depict certain details, for example, that you may want to depict him, you know, you may want to depict him angry, you know, barking at someone, or you may want to depict him happy, or curled up and sleeping, or whatever, you know, and so that choice already says something about what you're trying to depict, to reproduce. Then you have the details of the picture itself. You know, you can't depict all the details, you can't depict every hair on the dog's body, so you need to suggest that it's there. So you do a trick with your brushes, for example, and you make it look like there's hair. And that's interesting as well, because the brushes also have hair, so it helps if you have a rough brush, for example, to just you know, scribble the patches around a bit, and it will look like hair on its own, you know. So that's all. These kinds of things are already interesting. So how does the artist interact with his subject on the one hand, with his medium on the other, and with the material he's got, you know? So all these things factor in, I think. But at the same time, you know, you also have this enthusiasm. You know, you may get inspired, may get an idea, and that gets you all fired up, and you want to finish the work. So sparks are flying, you know. And the funny thing is that the audience, or the onlooker or whatever, they experience the same thing when you show them the work. They experience that enthusiasm. And so if you take that to tragedy, for example, there it gets a bit more complicated, because there the work is not a depiction necessarily of a scene, or of a person, or of a whatever, or of a vase or whatever, but it's a story. So you need to figure out what story is the most, on the one hand, the most plausible. You know, it needs to be a story that could happen. But at the same time, it does need to have some, I don't know, some unexpected elements, and some things that surprise people, and some educational elements, you know. So you have the tragedy, for example, which educates us through suffering, for example, the suffering of the protagonist and all that stuff. Alright, we're gonna refuel. Oh no, we don't need to refuel, actually, I need to rest. I'm not sure if I can rest here, though. Yeah, whatever. Didn't need to. Can I rest like this, something? No, whatever. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is gonna be dangerous, people. The last time I tried to do this, I got stuck. I did have a bit more time than now. But, yeah, I need to stop at the next station, which is, really far away, really far away, so let's see. Here, look at that, it's all the way here. So let's hope we survive this, everyone. Wish me luck. So that's what Aristotle, I think, tries to say. So there is something educational about enthusiasm and about our, on the one hand, our reproduction, our ability to recreate something or to imitate, on the one hand, but as Plato said, imitation does not show you what's right or wrong. You're just imitating. And on the other hand, it's probably our discrimination, our ability for discrimination. That's, I think, what defines art. So you imitate, and then you start abstracting. You start depicting only the things that are necessary to depict what you want to reproduce or whatever. And that discrimination in itself is also what enables us to become enthusiastic, I guess, and also to pass that enthusiasm onto others, to communicate that feeling. So I'm going a bit over the speed limit because I need to reach that tank station. So hopefully that we'll be able to do that, but I'm not gonna overdo it. Hopefully. So yeah, so that's kind of how I think about my thesis right now. So you also have, for example, in music, you have the composer who writes a work, and he becomes affected by a certain certain enthusiasm or whatever, and he transmits that in his work. And then you have the performer who reproduces that, and reproducing it, he interprets it. So he recreates that. He has to recreate that feeling that the composer is trying to express. Same thing, same idea. But at the same time, reproduction, the musician has to practice to do it right. So he does have to reproduce a necessary amount of detail to interpret the piece correctly, all that stuff. But for example, in jazz, it's turned around a bit. So there's the other way around. You do have composers and performers, but it's more murky than that. So you have the different performances can change the piece around. So the emphasis is more on interpretation than on performance. Also because of all the solos and the improvisation, Also an interesting phenomenon. I think jazz would be closer to Nietzsche's preference, I guess, of what art is like. So after Aristotle, we'll then get to Nietzsche, I think. And Nietzsche turns it kind of around, and I think Nietzsche's greatest complaint is with with Socrates and Plato's epistemological complaints with art, because they say art is not to be trusted, because on the one hand it's imitation, so imitation does not discriminate, so it does not know the difference between right and wrong or something, as long as it's beautiful or something, or as long as it's capable of reproducing. While inspiration, of course, is also not to be trusted, because it's how do you say? Well, it's not verifiable. It's not known where these ideas come from. Well, Nietzsche turns it around. He says, and even says, philosophers are also dependent on inspiration to be able to make their point. For example, to be able to for example, Plato. He also started out as a poet. Until Socrates turned him from that path. Socrates himself, at the end of his life, started writing poetry, But on the other hand, there is a kind of enthusiasm with philosophy that is unmistakable, and both also have admitted that, that philosophy for them is the highest musicae, so the highest muse, or the highest, art, so to speak. And Plato, he also reproduces, imitates Socrates' dialogues, all that stuff. So that's interesting, Nietzsche points all that stuff out. He's like, yeah, what's the difference, And he discovers that, and his idea is also that the philosopher, his true meaning, is to be able to embrace the irrational, and to be able to expound truths even though you don't believe in them. And that's especially what the artist does, because he knows that his art is just a reproduction. It's not it's just an illusion. He knows he creates illusions. But because of that, he is able to transcend the fact that the world is all illusion. And that's his difference with Plato as well, because there's no world of Platonic forms, The world is an illusion, and everything behind that is illusion. So the artist is the only one who can transcend that, because he can create illusions, and that's the stuff of the world, So it's not. So that's pretty interesting. But at the same time, his interpretation of how art and poetry works in essence is the same as Plato's or Aristotle's. That there's a combination between imitation and inspiration. So imitation is the Apollinian in Nietzsche's thought, and the Apollinian is about dream and images and beauty and recreation of forms and ratio and all that stuff. So idealizing reality, beautifying it. So there's a nuance of difference, obviously. While the Dionysian is that's inspiration, is ecstasy, is the breaking of boundaries. So on the one hand, that's that same thing as with Aristotle, the abstraction on the one hand, but on the other hand, it's also dissonance, So just like when you hit a false note in music, because you are affected by a certain emotion, if that happens, you also affect your audience. So that false note may be exactly what affects them, what makes them feel what you feel while you're interpreting a work, something like that. So they have the same foundations, so they do agree on what art is, or what poetry is, or what music is, but they disagree on not their social function necessarily, more like their ontological function, you could say. So for Plato and Aristotle, for Plato it doesn't have an ontological function. For Plato it is an epistemological problem. Art is an epistemological problem. For Aristotle, art is an epistemological fact. And for Nietzsche, art becomes an ontological fact. And ontological means that you know, art is a necessity for our existence, for our well-being, you could say. In that sense, ontological, not, well, yeah. But also in the sense that it's supposed to transcend. It's supposed to transcend the illusion of reality, and that's the you know, Aristotle already kind of hinted at that art is able to show us things about reality that we hadn't thought about before. And Nietzsche says, that art is actually what gives meaning to reality, just like language does. So he turns it around completely, you could say. Okay, so I'm getting tired. Let's check the map again. We can go a bit faster again also. So that's positive. And we're almost there, so we should be able to make it and take a good rest before we continue our journey. So yeah, something like that. So Aristotle is really literally the golden mean, or the, you know, the golden mean in between two extremes of Plato and Nietzsche, you could say, on the one hand. So Nietzsche envisions, based on that argument, he envisions a Dionysian philosophy, a tragic philosophy, and also a new tragic art, obviously. But the tragic philosophy is, for him, is a way of life. So that's very interesting. That's something the Greeks may not even have thought about. But at the same time, and I agree with that, with Nietzsche, at the same time, it can't be possible that I hadn't thought of that tragedy wasn't a necessity for them, and that they didn't conceive of life as tragic, you know, in a sense. Because Greeks still do that, and Greeks are very dramatic people. I mean, you may have noticed it about me, about my videos so far, because I've been very dramatic in certain things. And you know, we like stories and stuff, and all that stuff, and adventures, but at the same time we recognize we need to survive, you know. That's kind of the ancient Greek mindset, I guess. But at the same time I can imagine why they didn't talk about it, you know, why Aristotle didn't talk about it either. They might even just have thought that, you know, obviously that plays a role. Obviously tragedy is a way of dealing with that, you know, that the fact that life is shit in a sense. But at the same time, we still, you know, there are noble people, and there is a possibility of, and there are things worth fighting for, you know, even to the end, even till to the bitter end. So if you see, we're gonna get there. 29 minutes, holy shit! Let's not black out. Okay, we're getting there. We're almost there. So yeah, everyone. I've been kind of freaking out with this video, with this route, but we're gonna get there. We're almost there, so 19 minutes, wow, plenty of time. As long as we don't get a fee, fine. Fee, fine, phone. Fee, fine, phone, fun. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Okay, let's just rest here. Hopefully that will work. Can I? Yep. Alright. Well, good night, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. See you on the other side. And a good morning. We're all rested up, all refreshed. We're gonna continue our journey to München. Well, good thing I don't need to refuel. Let's see how much more time we got. We got 4 hours again. Oh shit. Well, we're gonna have to. Holy shit. That's gonna be a close one, everyone. Uh oh. Alright. Alright. Well, this is a challenging episode. Gotta hand it to them. Challenging mission. So let's hope we'll make it in time. There should be no reason why we shouldn't, because we have 40 minutes in our advantage. But yeah, it's a just-in-time delivery, obviously. So that's the reason. But yeah, we did need to rest, otherwise no. So we're gonna finish this in time. So I'm gonna drive a little bit over the speed limit, as long as there are no cameras. Because yeah. Wow, look at the site. Look at the look. It's just beautiful here, man. Beautiful, man. I have missed this game though. I feel really relaxed, and I like the fact that I can talk about my thesis and stuff, even though it's kind of distracting up to a certain level. But yeah, I just... It's 4:30? What the fuck? How long did I sleep? Well, no wonder it's... I only have 3 hours or something. So yeah, wish me luck, everyone, once more, because I think this one's gonna be a pain in the ass. Let's knock some wood as well. So yeah, I on the one hand, I do think Nietzsche exaggerates a bit about the importance of tragedy, I guess. So he's kind of a drama queen, obviously, and everybody knows that, but I do think he's right up to a certain degree about the Greeks and about, and you know, up to some level I agree with him that you need to trust your instincts when thinking about such matters, you know. Because the Greeks were passionate people, obviously. And still are, obviously. So I don't know. I do think I agree with Nietzsche with in for the most part. And I do think Aristotle just doesn't mention it because it's not. He doesn't think it's necessary, you know. Those are the things everybody already understands. But he does mention catharsis and all that stuff. So he does talk about the role of poetry and of tragedy, you know, in purifying our emotions, so to speak, or bringing them back to a realistic level or something, you know, or how do you say? Blowing off steam, you know, that's a part of what tragedy does, for example. Allows us to blow off steam. So that's kind of how I see things. So that's also kind of what my thesis is going to be about, obviously. So you could, you know, on a broader scale, you could also see it as a difference between, and that's how that's also very important. That's how art is able to help us in life, you know, because it can depict exactly the same conflicts we have within ourselves, because the same conflict between imitation and inspiration, or between practice and practice and interpretation, for example, or reproduction and interpretation, is the same thing. Is kind of the same distinction, or the or conflict between a ratio, or between how do you say, rational thinking, or between the mind and the heart, for example, to put it by lack of a better term. Why isn't it turning green? Why aren't you turning green? What the hell is happening here? Just go, man. What the hell? Why does it take so long? Ah, okay. That's annoying. Have 2 hours? Okay. 1.5. I can make it in. Question is, will I make it in 1.5 hours? So yeah. So we have the same conflict within ourselves. On the one hand, on a psychological level, and on the other hand, on a practical level, because we all do something. So we all have to struggle with this. With this interaction between imitation and inspiration. Because we want to be inspired, but on the other hand, we do need to practice, and do need to reproduce, and do need to all that stuff. We do need to learn how things work and stuff. So that's also the epistemological side of it. The fact that we learn stuff by imitating. That's what Aristotle also talks about. Actually, that's very important. I should remember that one. So, but also on a psychological level, we have this struggle between emotions and rationality. Obviously. Between left and right brain hemisphere, or between brain and heart. So also between brain and bodily drives and all that stuff. So that makes you think, and art depicts that. Just merely by being what it is, namely a depiction of reality, which is crazy. So yeah, done my rant for today. Look at this awesome car. Lucy, let's keep our eyes on the road though. 1 hour. Oh. Let's not do that. Let's try this again. Let's go very carefully. Whoop. Alright. Let's hope that doesn't damage our goods. Yeah! Ah, shit. Well, whatever, I'm not gonna stop this. Well, let's see, sorry. Load game. I'm kind of an asshole like that. Okay, it's 10 minutes past, so we'll just try it out. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Oh, I think it did. Nope. Well, lucky everyone. Alright, and it's even green. Holy shit. Well, we'll do a bit more careful now. I'm lucky. I've been lucky, but yeah. Also not too lucky. So we still have the 1.5 hour thing to go. So I'm gonna go a little bit faster, not too fast, but I also need to pay more attention. Happily, I've had my rant now, so did my long rambling about my thesis. So hopefully I won't be as distracted. But yeah, this is risky, everyone, because I'm not. The game could crash at any time. I don't really like reloading the game, but I don't like damaging my cargo. No sir, no way. So I hope the game won't mind. I also hope it doesn't affect my achievements, because I still want to get the job well done achievement, which is like 1,000 kilometers without damage or anything. Yeah. Okay, I do want to turn the music off. I really hate that music. So, one moment please. Options. Audio. Sound effect, master volume. Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. I can't stand the come in time music, because that stresses me out. So, we're just gonna go on our pace, hopefully, because I already go faster than I should, you know, even if I'm not in a hurry. So, hopefully that will help me concentrate. But it shouldn't be too hard. Still got plenty of time. Well, plenty is an exaggeration, but I got time to do it in, so we'll be fine. And if we come a bit too late, well, what you gonna do about it? As long as we don't damage the cargo, that's the least of my expectations. Oh, it's already damaged. Well, fuck it then. Jesus Christ, why did I reload the game then? Why did I bother? When did that happen? Oh, come on, I hate that. You can't do that to me. I had such a good time now. God damn it. Well, fuck it. I'm not gonna reload again, because I'm pretty sure the last save was already messed up. Oh, god damn it. God damn it, I hate damaged cargo. I didn't even crash into anybody. Well, whatever. I guess nobody's perfect. I guess I have all the time in the world to do a perfect job. Whatever. Fuck you. God damn it! I hate this so much. God damn it! I shouldn't even have reloaded the game. I shouldn't have done that. No, I just wasted time. I really hate that. Seriously hate that. Well. God damn it. Messed up my video for no reason. It was a perfectly good video. I mean, at least visually, you know, I didn't crash into anybody, and when I reload the game, I feel like I'm messing up the whole flow. Well, there we go again. God damn it. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go now. I didn't get a fine, so go fuck yourself. I need to get past you, right? You know that, right? Just go. Alright, Alright everyone, whatever. Damaged our fucking cargo 2 times now. It's a long, whatever. I guess nobody's perfect. It's a long road, so god damn it. "43 minutes. We're getting close now. Let's see. Oh man, I hate doing imperfect jobs. I hate that so much. It's the worst thing. It's just, it keeps nagging at me and it keeps killing me. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry, Jesus. Sorry. What can I do? What can I say? I can't make it right. I've already fucking messed it up. Whatever. It was a big job. I'm glad I didn't go to Czechia, or whatever, how do they call that? To the Czech Republic, that was it. So I need to go this way. Okay. Alright. Well, everyone. You know what? I might even just let it auto park. This is really frustrating. Really so fucking frustrating. How did that happen? How did I fucking damage my cargo? I mean the first time, the second time I understand, alright. Okay, let's see. Please get in there. Hope I'm not crashing into anything. Alright. Yeah. Alright everyone. Good work. Well, at least that. Holy shit. Just in time. Well, I got an achievement out of it. So, all's well that ends well. So I may not have done it perfectly, but alright. You know what? Just because of that, I'm gonna explore the city a little bit, discover a new truck shop, and go to the repair shop or whatever, and then I'm done for today. So let's see. Map, done. Yeah. Alright. Almost had it. Okay. So it's the truck shop and the repair shop are the same thing. So that's. I wish I could add a GPS location. Okay, so we need to go left. Well, I have to say I'm glad this is over. This was a fucking pain in the ass, this job. Well, thanks. Sorry for cutting you off. You're a nice guy. Well, I have to say, I hadn't thought of fact that even if you get damage or something, you can still do a good job, you know. Am I going the right way? Yeah, I am. Okay, sorry. I just thought I needed to... I do need to go left, right? You know that, right? Ah, come on. Well, whatever. I don't care right now. Already, Jesus Christ. Ah, fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Otherwise I was just gonna crash into this guy, so I'm not gonna... No, that's not where I wanted. Okay, you know what? I am gonna reload this. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. So fucking sorry. Oh, man. This is so annoying. I don't know why this is happening to me today. I guess I'm just... I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm not tired. I feel I'm awake and everything. It's just that... I don't know. I really don't know. I really can't say. Just the stress, I guess. Well, whatever, I don't know. So, we're gonna go to the shop one more time. It's just... I guess I'm just... God damn it, now I'm going the wrong direction. God damn it, unbelievable. Do you believe this guy? Jesus Christ. I'm such an idiot. Get out of the way. Do some repairs and then we'll be done. I just want to see what truck shop it is. But yeah, I guess I'm stubborn like that. I keep making mistakes and then I keep trying to make them better or whatever. And I just make it worse. So yeah, I'm sorry. I hope you forgive me. At least I hope this has some kind of entertainment value to you. I mean, even if it's just you laughing at me and saying what kind of idiot is that? Ah shit, no, I did. God damn it. Well, fuck it. Now we're just exploring the city. Whatever. Fuck you. I don't need to explain myself to you. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry, Jesus. I don't like cursing. I don't like getting angry about shit. I don't like making mistakes. I hate that the most of all. I hate making mistakes. Jesus Christ. So yeah. Jesus built my hot rod. So I'm gonna do Lucy a favor and repair her truck. I don't think we've done all the distance we need to go with her truck yet. So you might see another episode with this one. So repair. Alright. And let's park this thing and just call it a day. Well, almost perfect. So yeah, everyone, hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. So this is the Flying Dutchman signing out. Ta-ta.